Hey y'all. Hey YouTube. What is up? Welcome back to the Practical Life. This is Ashley Nicole. Thank you for joining the live. Y'all, I know I said that I was not going to talk about Draymond, but girl, I saw another video that he had. That I don't even know if it was a video. I don't know what it was. It was like a response or something. But we're gonna get into it. I hope the weather didn't trick me, honey, because when I tell you it is cold, girl, it is cold. Okay? I hope y'all can hear me well because it is raining as well. It's really kind of reminding me of ice storms a little bit. It's not a storm happening, but it's just that's the temperature that is given. Like it's not that cold. Like it's not like in the 40s. It's like in the 60s. Girl, I'm not used to this. I'm like, what is going on? I had to grab my little hoodie. And not my hoodie, one of my husband's hoodies. And I was like, I'm not used to this. This doesn't happen until January. So y'all might hear the rain in the background. I hope it is not that distracting, y'all. But so I won't be on here long because I gotta make sure I get to where I'm going, and I gotta make sure that I'm safe and everything. But I just wanted to talk about this. So I know I was saying I touched on it a little bit before about Draymond. Like being unprofessional in the workplace and stuff like that. But I saw some kind of video that he did, and he was saying that Draymond was like, oh, after whatever happened with him and Jordan Poole, they had told him, like, look at the bright side or look at the upside or whatever to what happened. Like, people saw you in a bad light, but just look at the upside. And I'm like, see, this is why athletes, and if y'all don't know, or not sports fans, or been living under a rock, then you already know what happened with Draymond Green and how he punched his teammate. And then act like nothing happened. Now, he took time away from work. He took time away from the team, but he wasn't suspended or anything like that, right? So then that leads to questions about, and this video is, all my opinion. It's my opinion. Everything is alleged unless it's not. Just giving my opinion based on my knowledge, expertise in the mental health field, and everything that I know about the story has been on news reports and things like that. So, but it leads to questions about like accountability. You know what I'm saying? Accountability and how athletes are held responsible. Now, this is interesting too because I thought about this. So he took time away from the team, but he was not suspended. I don't know if he was. I'm pretty sure. Like, I can only assume that, like, if he wasn't suspended or anything like that, he probably just took a few days off, but he was still paid. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And things like that. So, he basically had like a vacation. Now, you can also assume that because Jordan, he came out and he was like, oh, basically, like, we're going to get past it. It's cool. We ball players or whatever. And that's all fine and good. But you set the precedence for this to happen again and nothing is done. And so then the question becomes, why? Why, but this is nothing new. Like athletes, they, for the most part, I feel like they're not held accountable when they do things because they want them to be able to play ball. You know what I'm saying? So things are done to hide what they did or minimize things that they've done, and not only Draymond, but just in general. And you can look at that. Anybody probably could look at that back to shoot high school years and stuff. Athletes on the football team, they don't come to school, they don't do their work, they got somebody to do their homework for them, they got somebody to go to class for them, sit in the class in college to see what happened in the class because they got a game, and they come back, they able to get extensions or whatever, and they're not held to that same standard, you know what I'm saying, because they're athletes. And the bottom line is because they making the college money from these games, um, or in professional sports, they making money, especially if they're a great player. They don't want them away from the games because they need them to win. But it's like above that, these are people who need to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? And from what I was reading, this is not the first time that Draymond been in trouble. Like it's like he always instigates. So then y'all know me. I went and I said, well, let me dig deeper, because his mom, she made a statement, right? And she was like, things happen. They're going to be able to get past this, and it's a lot of stuff that basically the public don't see, which is true. Of course, I believe that probably whatever happened between him and Jordan, we're not gonna know everything about that situation. It seemed like the only side they really told was what Draymond did, which could be looked at differently too. Like, why y'all only telling Draymond's side? And now, I just thought about something. So, and not Jordan's side, or what precipitated this event, or maybe what triggered the event. And don't get me wrong, he shouldn't have done what he did, by no means, right? But why are you only telling what Draymond did? Why? Because, and this is what I feel like Draymond got to realize too, that people look at your future decisions based on what you did in the past. And remember what I just said, like when I was reading up on it, it was saying that Draymond is known as an instigator. Like, he always instigates. He got into it with Rajon Rondo. He got into it with what's that basketball player? I forget, but a few basketball players. He's gotten into it with people like just regular folks that don't play basketball. And it's like he can't control himself or whatever. So people are going to judge you based on what you've done previously, because that's the only thing that they see. That's the only thing they could go by, right? So that could be why only his side is coming out, because okay, we know him to be the instigators in previous situations, so that's how we're going to approach it. Like, yeah, we're going to get on Draymond because that's just him. But we don't know what Jordan did on his side. Now, but when you dig deeper, what I read or whatever articles and stuff, that Draymond didn't have the best upbringing. His mom divorced, married somebody else, but he was into basketball. But it was saying that he was bullied. He used to get bullied when trying to play basketball. And I read something that said that he would try to, I don't know if it was older kids and stuff, but he would go on the basketball court and try to play with them. They wouldn't let him play, so he would like hold the ball from them so they couldn't play either. And they would put him in the dang on trash can. They would put him in the trash can or put him on the hoop or something to where he couldn't get down, And so they were saying that he was always bullied for, when he was growing up and stuff. So then I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, it makes sense why he always instigates or why he's always it's like he's always trying to defend himself. He's always trying to defend himself. It's almost like I'm gonna get you before you get me, right? I'm gonna get you before you get me. And so in these situations, because when you look at that video of him punching Jordan, it was like as soon as Jordan pushed him, baby, that fist just went. Like it was no thinking about it. It was no, oh no, let me step back. Nothing. It was like automatic. So it's like, okay, I'm not even going to give you a chance to try to bully me. I'm not going to give you a chance to try to, you know, come at me or whatever. I'm going to get you before you try to get me. I feel like that's the type of attitude he might have, based on like how he grew up and stuff like that. And I think Draymond is like, he's either 29 or 30. And I feel like when you're an athlete, those athletes, especially if you've won championships and all this stuff, he even won. And the reason why I say, you know, he's defensive, like he even won Defensive Player of the Year. Like he gonna be dang on good at that defense because he been defending himself all his life. He been defending himself. He has learned how to defend. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I feel like with, especially too, like professional athletes, they sometimes don't have to take accountability because, again, they're going to either cover up what they've done, or they're going to maybe not cover up, but minimize what they've done. They're going to minimize it because they need them to play. And again, he got Defensive Player of the Year, so it's like, okay, we need him on our team, like. And I don't doubt that somebody probably been talking to him like, okay, you got to calm down a little bit because it's only so many times that we can minimize what you're doing. Like, you got to get a grip. So I wonder if he's in like counseling, or he's like anger management, or, you know, learning how to have a little bit more self-control and things like that. Like, it was just interesting to see. So he made a video. I don't know if it was like a response to someone asking him something. It looked like they had like a little NBA special on or something, and he was like, other people thought, hopefully. So yeah, he was like, you know, you got to give people a chance to take it all in. He was like, but I really don't care what people think, or what people thought about the situation, and that's